People disappear every day, but some vanish in ways that defy logic, evidence, and explanation. This is one of those stories. In 1872, the Mary Celeste was found drifting in the Atlantic Ocean. The ship was fully intact, the cargo untouched. Food was still on the table, personal belongings were neatly arranged, but the entire crew gone. No signs of violence, no distress signals, no storm damage. The captain, his wife, their child, and 7 sailors had vanished without a trace. To this day, no one knows why they left or where they went. And it's not an isolated case. In 1945, Flight 19, a group of 5 U.S. Navy training planes took off from Florida for a routine exercise. They never returned. Radio transmissions revealed confusion. Compasses malfunctioned. Pilots reported that the ocean didn't look right. Then, silence. Search planes sent to find them also disappeared. No wreckage was ever recovered. The area became known as part of the Bermuda Triangle, but explanations never fully satisfied investigators. Then there's Benjamin Bathurst. In 1809, he was a British diplomat traveling through Germany. He stopped at an inn. He stepped outside to check on his horses and vanished. Witnesses were nearby. There was no struggle, no footprints leading away. He simply ceased to exist mid-step. His body was never found. And sometimes, disappearances happen in groups. In 1930, a small village in Canada called Angikuni Lake was discovered completely abandoned. Homes were intact. Food was still cooking. Weapons were left behind. But over 2,000 Inuit inhabitants were gone. No graves, no signs of evacuation, no explanation. Even the sled dogs were found frozen, starved, still tied to posts. Authorities investigated, but the case quietly faded into obscurity. Then there's the eerie case of the Sodder children. On Christmas Eve, 1945, a fire destroyed the Sodder family home in West Virginia. 5 children were believed to have died, but no remains were ever found. No bones, no teeth, nothing. Witnesses later reported seeing children resembling them in other states. The parents searched for decades, convinced their children were abducted. No answers ever came. What makes these cases unsettling isn't just the mystery, it's the lack of closure. No bodies, no evidence, no final chapter. Just unanswered questions echoing through history. And the most disturbing part? These people didn't disappear in ancient times. They vanished in the modern world, surrounded by witnesses, records, and technology. If it happened to them, it could happen to anyone. Some disappearances happen in remote places. Others happen right in front of people. Those are the most terrifying. In 1954, a man named Charles Ashmore left his family's home to fetch water from a nearby spring. It was a short walk. He never came back. When his family searched, they found his footprints in the snow. The track stopped abruptly, mid-stride. No signs of struggle, no animal tracks, no continuation. It was as if he had been lifted straight into the air. Another case involves Ambrose Bierce, a famous writer and journalist. In 1913, he traveled to Mexico to observe the revolution. His final letter ended ominously. "As to me, I leave here tomorrow for an unknown destination." He was never seen again. No remains, no witnesses, no records of death. He vanished into history without explanation. Then there's Paula Jean Weldon, a college student who went hiking on Vermont's Long Trail in 1946. Multiple witnesses saw her that day. She waved to passing hikers. Then, gone. Massive search efforts turned up nothing. No clothing, no body. Her disappearance helped inspire the legend of the Bennington Triangle, an area associated with multiple unexplained vanishings. Another chilling case, the Flannan Isles lighthouse keepers. In 1900, 3 lighthouse keepers disappeared from a remote Scottish island. When a relief crew arrived, the lighthouse was locked. Meals were left uneaten. 1 chair was overturned. 2 raincoats were missing, but 1 was still hanging inside. There were no signs of a storm powerful enough to sweep them away. They vanished without a trace. Then there's Frederick Valentich, a young pilot flying over Australia in 1978. During a radio transmission, he reported, "It's not an aircraft." He described a strange object hovering above him. Moments later, a metallic scraping sound was heard. Then, nothing. His plane was never found. What connects all these cases isn't just mystery, it's timing. People vanish. In seconds in daylight in familiar places. No warning, no struggle, no explanation, and the unsettling question remains. If someone can disappear while walking for water, hiking a trail, or flying a plane, what separates safety from vanishing? History doesn't answer that. It just leaves the silence behind. Some disappearances refuse to stay buried. They resurface decades later, still unsolved. One of the most haunting is D.B. Cooper. In 1971, a man hijacked a commercial airplane, demanded $200,000, and parachuted out mid-flight over the Pacific Northwest. He was never found. No confirmed identity. No body. No money, except a small portion found years later near a river. Did he survive? Did he die? No one knows. Then there's Agatha Christie. Yes, the famous author. In 1926, she disappeared for 11 days. Her car was found abandoned. A massive manhunt began. When she was discovered, she claimed to have no memory of what happened. To this day, her disappearance remains unexplained. Another disturbing case, the Beaumont children. In 1966, 3 siblings went to the beach in Australia. They were seen multiple times that day. Witnesses described them playing with a tall blonde man. They never came home. No remains have ever been found. The case remains one of Australia's greatest mysteries. Then there's Jimmy Hoffa, one of the most powerful labor leaders in American history. In 1975, he went to a meeting outside Detroit. He was never seen again. Despite countless investigations, theories, and confessions, his body has never been recovered. And finally, the Yuba County Five. In 1978, 5 men went to a basketball game in California. Their car was later found abandoned in the mountains, far off course. Over months, bodies were discovered under bizarre circumstances. One man was never found. Even the ones that were discovered raised more questions than answers. Food was available but not eaten. Shelter was nearby but not used. Confusion, fear, silence. These cases haunt investigators because they shouldn't be mysteries. And yet they are. No matter how advanced technology becomes, some disappearances remain immune to explanation. They sit in cold files. They echo in unanswered questions. And they remind us of something unsettling. Not all stories have endings. Some just stop.